Hey, what's up guys? My name is JabsSkyWalker, but you can call me Jabs. I'm just gonna get right into this video. I'm making this video to basically expose a lot of the toxicity within the gaming community. But let me give you some backstory first. So I made a video yesterday for my channel saying why you should support black and brown streamers. Just flat out saying this is why I think black and brown streamers need your support. And of course, people are going to take that the wrong way, but I'm going to get to that later. So, DisguisedToast's tweeted, tag a small streamer that you would want to see in our Among Us lobbies, let's blow someone up. And I replied with, whoever they are, let's support black and brown streamers, please. Just flat out. Clearly, more than 700 people agree with that. But there are a lot of people who disagreed, and I'm just going to say flat out, there's just disagreeing with that is already a hot take because I'm just asking for Toast, who is a minority, to support black and brown streamers who are also minorities. I'm just asking for their support. You can see I got another like right there. I'm literally just asking him to support. I didn't say it aggressively, like, you never support black and brown streamers, because that wouldn't be true. He's had Myth, he's had Sydney in his lobbies, but I'm saying, like, I would like to see more people of color represented in those lobbies because those lobbies get a lot of hype. I love them, and the people who are in those lobbies have a good following, so it would be nice to support someone who's black or brown who does not have it easier on Twitch as white people. White people have it easier on Twitch. They get more exposure on Twitch. That is a fact. So that is why I responded to him saying this. Nothing negative. I wasn't trying to be toxic, but of course you have the gaming community, and most of the gaming community is racist and sexist and homophobic, all of the above. The gaming community. I mean, most of the gaming community are white males, so that's what's gonna happen, right? So this is the immediate response I got. Why make this about race? Let me tell you something. I don't know the race of this person, but if I had to guess, I would say they're white, because anyone who says why make this about race, usually there are actually some people saying, oh, I'm black and why are you making this about race? And I'll get to that in a second. But people say why make this about race, that is already a red flag to me, because if you are black or brown, if you are a minority, especially living in America, your whole life, everything that's happening is most of the time based on your race. Everything that's happening to you, some of the stuff you can't control, it is because of your race. And that is because of the ground up racism that America was built on from the soil. Literally so many amendments had to be put into the Constitution to say, hey, don't be a fucking dick. So that is essentially what America is. And I was not shocked by this reply. Why make this about race? Well, look, if you're black like me, it's going to be about race regardless, okay? If you're white, it's not going to be about race, because you are not, there's no white culture. There's no white American culture. You're white. Like, when you wake up, you're white. There's no, oh, like, my life is impacted because of my race. Like, no. It's about race when you are a person of color, because not just white people, people of color can be racist toward other people of color. So racist people in general will make your life harder, and your life is immediately harder if you are a person of color versus a white person. That is a fact. That is undoubtable. That is a fact. You can't argue that. And if you argue that, you can leave the video right now. So This is the first one, right? And there are plenty of comments. All right, the lights are still going up. There are a bunch of replies still. Oh, look, especially when the lobbies are predominantly Asian. Oh, but it's not about race, right? It's not about race. But he just said, especially when the lobbies are predominantly Asian. Well, notice how it said black and brown streamers. Toast is a minority himself. So, yes, I'd like to see more black and brown people in his lobbies. There's nothing wrong with that. He has fellow Asians, which is fine. They are minorities as well. I'm not saying he can't have white people or he shouldn't look for a white streamer. I'm saying black and brown streamers are least likely to get the support or the numbers on Twitch versus someone coming from white privilege, okay? So I responded saying, you have to realize that it's kind of about race. Kind of. Notice how I didn't say completely about race. I said kind of about race. Here's a video I just did on my channel discussing this. Not trying to plug on Toast stuff, but I want to share my perspective, right? So notice how I put this video in, right? It has 165 likes on Twitter. And before people even watched it, they disliked the video. You know why they disliked the video? Because I'm saying you should support people who need to be supported in the Twitch community. And that's why it's toxic. Not all of it. I'm saying you have to understand that there are plenty of toxic people within the gaming community, okay? So if we click on my video here, it has 27 likes, 56 dislikes. These dislikes are from people who just disliked what I said to Toast, and they just clicked dislike. They did not watch I guarantee you, they did not watch the full 21-minute video to try to understand my perspective. To the people that liked it, thank you. I appreciate it. So 56 dislikes, okay? I'm fine with that. I'm fine because that is telling me that it is toxic. The gaming community is toxic, and I called it out for what it is. And that's what it should be. Everyone should be calling it out and trying to fix it. And how do you fix it? Well, you give people who don't have the most opportunity an opportunity. Okay, so that was my whole point to that video, right? So there's just a ton of nonsense here. Let's see. Basically, this guy was like, "Oh, stop trying to drag your problem." And look, this person, they were throwing me for a loop the whole night because they were so wishy-washy on their stance. And this guy said, "Stop trying to drag your problems," which I know are extremely important into this. If you know they're extremely important, then why are you even arguing? And that's essentially what this person said. If you know how important and relevant our problems are, you wouldn't even be saying this. Why are you so bothered by someone trying to support black and brown streamers? Exactly. No one should be bothered by that. It's not like I was aggressive. Like I said earlier, I wasn't like, you never do it. I hate you, Toast. Like, I watch Toast all the time. Like, and even in my initial video, I said, I don't want you guys to say that, I don't support streamers based on their color, because that's not true at all. I'm saying some streamers with color get less opportunity and are exposed less on Twitch, and that's true. That is very true. And if you don't think it's true, look at your following list. Look at the people you're following. Go through and see, and count how many minorities you follow. And count how many minorities you follow who don't have at least 100,000 subscribers. I bet you don't follow that much. Because you probably follow them, but they have less than that because they don't get the exposure they deserve, which is what I'm trying to say. So, then someone said, "Oh, it's completely irrelevant to the original tweet." No, it's not. It's not completely irrelevant to the original tweet, because the original tweet was, "Tag a small streamer that you want to see in our Among Us lobbies." That's the first sentence of it. I didn't tag, but I said, "Look, this is who I want to see. Let's blow someone," because I don't know. That's the thing, though. Me saying this and not being able to tag a small streamer of a person of color, I could do it, but the ones I watch, they don't play Among Us. So it's even hard for me to do that, and that's the issue right there, is that I don't know many black and brown streamers myself. And it's because that lack of exposure, that and they're not getting any help really in the Twitch community. And it's because of all this toxicity, this why make it about race stuff, like this calling me racist for calling out racism type of attitude. It's just very toxic, and I will never fathom it. I just can't understand the stupidity. So yeah, plenty of comments here. They were saying it's irrelevant. That's wrong. She was saying it's not irrelevant. Toast expressed his desire to uplift smaller streamers by inviting them to his Among Us lobbies, which would give them exposure, considering how popular Toast is not a reach to say that there are many black and brown streamers that could benefit. It's not. It's really not a reach. People agree and saying the point is that people of color streamers face even more difficulties than a white small streamer, racism, etc. Exactly. If you're a white streamer, you're not going to face racism. That's the difference, right? I can go onto Twitch and someone can call me the N-word and it will impact me. But a white person can log into Twitch and if they're called the N-word, they just be like, haha, or they just like delete them or whatever, or block them. But it's not going to impact them. And also, the person commenting that on their Twitch, it just wouldn't make sense. So to think that white people don't have it easier than people of color on Twitch is just blasphemy. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's very hard for me to reply to some of these stuff without hitting my head on the door because I just don't understand some people's logic. I said it's clear so many people have a lot to learn, especially since me just asking Toast to support black and brown streamers ended up exposing a lot of the gaming community as racist or woefully uninformed about the black and brown experience. So it's either one of the two. If everyone disagreeing with me, everyone who liked this tweet, they're either racist or woefully uninformed. Okay? They may not be, some of them may not be racist, but they're uninformed about the black and brown experience and entertainment. Where the hell do you think Oscars So White came from? That came from a lack of diversity within filmmaking, within creating films, okay? That's where it came from. All of that stuff. I was talking to one of my friends and he brought up a good argument about professional sports back in the day. They only had white people, right? And then they had the Negro League. And there obviously was a lack of representation in the white people league, which is the one more people probably attended to and watched. And then you had black and brown people go into those leagues and play. And now we have sports like it is today. So it's not much of a different argument than saying like, hey, some people need a little more exposure than others. Some people need more help. Like Toast has millions of followers and subscribers. It's not bad to say, hey, someone who needs more help deserves more help. And that's what's wrong with American society today, because I'm not even going to get into that, but that's what's wrong now. People don't want to help those who need more help, and they think, oh, they want handouts, or they think it's not about their race, and they try to so hard not to make it about race when most of the time it is, and that's the sad thing about it. It is. Let's see, we got some stuff coming in. Let's see. Yeah, so more and more people are liking it. The people are liking the irrelevant stuff too. Some people are saying people here are so weird. Just a lot of comments coming in. But guys, my point is, me saying that should not be toxic at all. It's just asking for support for people who need it most. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how society should work. That's how we should govern. If people need the most help, they deserve the most help. The thing is, everyone's trying to say, oh, you shouldn't tell Toast to do this. He is the one who asked, okay? I simply gave him an answer. I was simply saying I would love for you to support black and brown streamers. There's someone out there who's black or brown who may need the exposure, may need the money more, you know? Like, Toast is a big dog, like, and he's also a minority, and some of these replies seem to forget that he's also a minority too. So there's nothing wrong with that. Like, everyone's saying, some people said, I'm gonna try to find it. Let's see. Oh, this argument I fucking love. So, see, that's the problem. Twitch is literally an entertainment website. It should be about giving it to someone entertaining, regardless of their skin color or race. And the best thing about entertainment, at least on Twitch at the moment, is that it is the least racial. Okay, my friend. And I said, even if a black or brown person is entertaining, and it's still harder for them to make it. Also, if someone is streaming, they have the opportunity and money to get started. And that is also something minorities struggle to have in America especially. And that's true. You know what? I started this whole thing, but I'm like not mad, guys, because what I said wasn't wrong. I know it wasn't wrong. You can't convince me otherwise. And what I said makes complete sense to the gaming community and the toxicity of it and the lack of exposure for minorities in any type of entertainment. It doesn't even have to be Twitch. Look at movies, look at shows, okay? Podcasts. Like, think about the most famous TV shows and movies and podcasts you know, and you tell me if more than 5 of them have people of color in them, or main cast of people of color. Probably not, okay? Let's see. Here we go. So someone replied to that, me saying, minorities struggle more than white people, which is it's just common sense. He said, please show me your source on that. The gaming community don't give a fuck if you're black, white, brown, purple, or gold. Here we go, using that. Oh, I don't care about color. I don't see color. Not seeing color is not always a good thing, okay? You not seeing color means you don't understand my struggles. You don't try to understand where I come from, what my people have done, what's been done to my people. Like, if you don't understand any of that, and if you try to use the I don't see color thing, you're automatically I didn't even reply to this because I automatically dismissed this in my mind when they said that. They said work for it, pussies. Like, these people are working for it. The problem is they're working, but they're not getting exposure. Okay. So people are arguing about that. They say your argument is invalid because you use the rainbow excuse, and I like that. So many people are like, why make this about race? And it's just funny how so many people are trying to argue over this one statement. Like, and the biggest thing here is support black and brown streamers, because nobody wants to support black and brown streamers when no one wants to feel like they have to, and they're not gonna do it if they feel like they have to. Like, the idea that, Twitch is a free medium, everyone gets the equal amount of exposure, and there's no doubt that black people will get the same amount of exposure as white people, is bullshit, and that's not how it happens. That's not how anything happens when it comes to media. It's on YouTube, like anything. That's not how it works. Twitch is, yes, it's everyone can post on Twitch, but not everyone gets equally exposed, and not everyone gets the same amount of views. And even if you're entertaining, if people are racist, then there you go. Well, you're not gonna move up. If someone's like, oh, that person's very entertaining, but they're black, so I'm not going to watch them, that is literally what probably happens. I'm not saying that happens 100% of the time, but that is a factor alone that will hold black and brown people back. It's very simple to see that is an issue right there. Like, white people are not impacted by racism. So if they go to stream, they may be called fat or ugly or bad at a game, but they will never be called the N-word. They will never be called anything like in regards to their race. Okay, so that was essentially what's going on right now. And so many people are trying to. I'm just like kind of done arguing. I'm really just like letting Twitter blow up, letting it blow up, and just letting people argue with themselves, because I'm done. I said what I said. I shouldn't have to argue for saying you should support black and brown streamers if you can. It was not aggressive. I even said please at the end. I said please. So it's not aggressive at all. And people are still liking my video on here. I wish they would like it on YouTube, but whatever. Like I said, the dislike is just proof that this right here is just proof that there's so much toxicity within the gaming community. Okay, so thank you guys for watching my response to this. And DisguisedToast's, I love you. I don't care who you decide to put in your lobbies. I just want to flat out say that, if you support people of color. It would be very helpful to that community and to give them some exposure, considering you're a person of color yourself. So that's all I'm saying. Anyway, much love for you, and I still watch your videos. And thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope the best of your todays are the worst of your tomorrows. Peace.